Hey guys, and welcome back to Digitrailz. And it just shot off. I didn't actually plan that. In this episode, we are going to be working on actually kind of not expanding the village, but actually kind of bringing it in. I've been working on. Excuse me, I'm recording here. Thank you. I've been having some issues with some of the villagers kind of losing their work or losing their jobs, and I figure we're gonna kind of bring it in a bit. Part of it's bugging, part of it's the bugs, some of it's other things that I figure it's gonna be easier to control them if they're all closer together, and part of it's gonna be thanks to the inn. I'm gonna have them a place to sleep, and plus inns have beds. And the inn is primarily done. I figured I'd actually show you it, and here it is. The inn is nice and done. I'll explain to you what this is a little bit later. So this is the inn. I have kind of this nice little the upside down stairs to give a little bit of depth. I have the roof on top. I haven't decided if I'm going to put stairs on top of it or not. That would prevent spawning, and also I haven't decided if that's going to look good or not. I may test it on a smaller building. I've put these on all the windows, and I haven't done much on the inside yet, but one of the things I may end up doing is actually put the beds along here, but then over here actually make a small kitchen and use the smokers so that the butchers actually work in here as kind of the inn's keepers, and that way we have a place to get food, and the butchers actually act as almost the village's cooks. But this is what I've been talking about. Like, these guys have been working as almost like every time. I only have one smoker in town, and my other butcher, it's either, I don't know if they're both attached to it or only one is, but that's been kind of the case, and I've read it's a bug, but it's annoying nonetheless. There's a few other bugs, but let me get some sleep, and I'm going to kind of address some of the other bugs I've had to manage, because I'm still in 1.14.1. So, I want to defend this place from raids, and I actually want to fight raids with this village. And I know villagers are going to die. That is a given. But, right now, I don't want to have to deal with raids as they are right now. If you watch any big YouTubers, heck, watch Hermitcraft. I watch them regularly. They're one of the ones I really do like to watch because it's a server that is really alive and very active. But I had to add a vanilla tweaks one, which is, let's see, trigger PT source status. And I had to disable Bad Omen. And that's because Bad Omen and the raids itself are heavily bugged, and I don't want my village to end up being destroyed due to a terrible bug as the endless looping raids and then the multi-raids that can result of it. And I don't want this village to get destroyed due to that, because I want to put a lot of work into this. So we're going to avoid that, and I'll just say I'm going to re-enable it once the raids get fixed. But until then, Bad Omen is disabled, and raiders are going to be enabled. But the raiders and pillagers and pillager captains, they're going to be enabled, so I can at least fight them and still have to defend from here. But yeah. So the first project for today is actually, I'm going to fill in this hole. I've had enough guys drop in here and get injured, but I want to actually build on top of this. That chest right there has some of the dirt I've collected. I've ended up having to use some of it for other projects, which is what these white wool blocks are for. There is one in 48 blocks in each direction. That is the job radius of a villager. They will see the profession block of a of their given profession within 48 blocks. So I figure I will try and keep this village within 48 blocks, at least. Which means way over here would explain why this guy rarely goes over there. What I may end up doing is actually blocking off over here and just kind of bringing this guy over and actually do a double farm over here and put some minecarts underneath there. Not today. I don't really plan on doing that today, but that's going to be done. I plan on doing something automatic with the bamboo eventually, but I've decided if I'm going to do something with like flying machines, or if I'm going to do something similar to what I have with a sugarcane right now, or if I'm going to do Ilmango. At the time of recording this, literally just put out a zero tick farm. I may do that. I don't know. I haven't decided. That's a really loud one, but I may end up doing that. I don't know. I haven't decided. It depends on what I want and what space I want to use. But first, I really need to get the layout of this village done, and that requires me kind of cleaning up the space. I'm going to make the ground too thick, and then what we'll end up doing is I'm going to make my home still down here for now so that I can get down here. Hi. So things like that stop happening, but what I may end up eventually doing is, maybe not this episode, but I may end up building a crow's nest up, maybe about 100 blocks, so I can watch out on this village. And then that's probably going to end up being my sleeping quarters. But I haven't figured it out. But let's see. Do I have any other dirt that I forgot about? And I know my sugarcane farm is ugly. I plan on redesigning it. It's just kind of there so I can get a lot of paper. But let's... I may even have to take this down. But let's... start placing down dirt. and it is now a covered up hole. Some of you may ask, why did I do it too thick, whereas I could have done it one thick? It saved myself a lot of work, because I plan on actually digging into it a little bit and making myself a road in here. And that way, by making it too thick, I save myself some work down the line. Do work now and save yourself work later. So I need to take this. What we're gonna do is remove that. And get some more dirt because I can still see into there. Yeah, let's actually, while I'm here, might as well fix that. There we go. That was bothering me. Okay. So I gotta figure out what the next one's gonna be. I kind of want it to be a mason. I have a mason, but I can sell like waste granite and diorite and andesite. So I have some extra stuff. And he's apparently wanting to dance on that, so get off there. My secret entrance. Okay. But I light it up down here. And I'm gonna also turn this into kind of my underground lair to this place, to the village where they can't get to. But I gotta figure out how I want to design that. Get rid of that. Let's see. What next for a villager? What next? This farmer isn't actually my farmer. My farmer is in the inn. Slacking. So, I need you, buddy, to become one of these things. So just put this over here. There we go. Over in apparently the Golem army. I forget some emeralds. Then let's lock in his trade. The reason I want him to become a mason is because I want someone who will trade in things like diorite or andesite or am I out of emeralds? I apparently used up all my emeralds. Whoops. No worries. I have sources. Diorite or andesite or granite. But my other one doesn't buy those things. He only buys stone. I mean, he'll give me polished, but he doesn't buy them, so. Want other masons. And that way I can also get other things as well. now we have a mason. Let's throw that down. There we go. Now he's a librarian. No, I want a book. Don't need a guy who sells Curse of Binding. Projectile protection 4. I will buy that for... I will go with that. I really should actually have a workbench up here. And to lock him in, I don't have any paper up here. Okay, let's get some more paper. Okay, now that I've got some sugarcane from my auxiliary sugarcane farm. There we go. That locks him in. Now I should go and lock in my... so that locks in those guys. I should get some coal and lock in this guy. Okay, I got some decent coal, and I actually came out with some decent iron as well. Now it's time to find the fisherman. There he is. I could use this coal, but I actually want to use it to lock him in, so then I can use him for future things. But now I gotta rebuild my smelter. Actually, let's make some improvements to it. Okay, so let's increase the speed of my smelter system. I really need to empty out my system. Okay, so let's, for now, just put, so there's the output chest. What we're then going to do, actually I'll put 2 there. Let me make some more in just a moment. Put that there and there. And then we are going to have 2 there and 2 there. We need another hop. I'm going to need at least 3 more hoppers for my idea. Okay, so I have 2 in the back leading into the fuel, 2 on top leading in, and I had to put a couple up there. Now let's get up on top. Yep. Oops, I forgot about that. There we go. Do the same for back there. And then, so I can kind of make it a multi-fuel system. And so I don't have to keep reaching back there. I can just put that there, and I can just kind of fill it up from the side. Now I have all that iron. Let's get some fuel. Actually, I kind of want to make some... I should probably make a bunch of charcoal. Let's do that with some coal. Any other fuel? Oh, another hopper. See if it evenly distributed. Okay, so that's actually... Okay, so that's only if it's full. I'm actually going to remove that then. It's a good idea in practice. But then what I just need to do, throw that in there, and that will just smelt it twice as fast. Oh wait. Not what I want you to do. I want to throw that up there. So this is the tricky part. I could just take all the profession blocks and just put them in the center of town. And then take all the beds and just throw them into the inn. And then break these stairs because apparently people are getting stuck up here on occasion. But I don't know. I haven't decided. I haven't got, like... That's kind of my thought. Is just to do something like that. Let's see. Let's check the other mason, see if I can actually buy stuff from him now. Or see if I can be able to get some more stuff. Let's see. But more chiseled stone. I just need to be able to do that. But yeah, so I'm thinking about bringing all the profession blocks into here and tearing down some of these houses, like tear down this house, tear down that house, tear down that house, and then possibly tear down those houses, and then just start building kind of like little shops. And it'll be chaotic in here for a little bit, but I still need to be able to trade with them for a bit. It's a tricky one. I'm not sure, because it may end up hurting the village in the long run for me to do that. It's a good way to get money. I really need to get myself a silk touch guy. Ah, he does another. Well, this one also doesn't buy it. Yeah, might as well just get some polished. Get him fully leveled up and see if I can get some stuff out of him at least. Lime terracotta and purple terracotta, not bad. At least I'm getting some terracotta, more terracotta out of. Some more building blocks. But I wish I got some more selling stuff. But it just means I'll have a bunch of these guys. Like a stonecutters guild almost. And he is a master. Anything good? And more just quartz. Cool. I have a good source of quartz. Not sure if I don't really have a build palette for it here, but now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with here. You know what? Let's start by tearing down this house. And like that, the house is gone. Actually, that really does allow me to open this place up. So maybe what we can do is build a stall. I have an idea. Let's get some polished andesite. Actually, let's grab some bricks. Okay, and that's kind of the first stall. I just need some lights in here, and I'll just put that there. I'll put some lanterns in there, but the masons kind of have that. I will put a... Actually, what I can do is throw that in there. I throw things like that. And I can throw things that they would trade in there, but right now I'm just gonna kind of just throw some random bits and bobs. But I can throw like things I would need to trade with them in there, and that way this becomes a mason's hut. And if I want to expand it out, want more masons, I can build another one of these masons tables over here, and then come over and work, and then continue on. But it's kind of like a mason's hut. And I kind of made a nice little, what looks like a brick table. I used the materials that I can buy from them. But it doesn't look too terrible. Now we'll just find out if they use it. And it looks like it's officially a mason's hut, because they're both here, along with everyone. Let's see if they use it though. Are they able to use it? Under threat of death. That's the big question. Or do they just need to actually be able to step up to it? Okay, it looks like they need to be able to step up to it, which is sort of disappointing. Because I liked this design. But there we go. Yeah, they just can't get on it. That's unfortunate. Oh, time to figure out the next sort of building. Okay, and there's another one. A nice little shack setup. Kind of a fisherman's stall. I may make, like, for folks who I don't plan on getting a lot of, like, fishermen, I may end up getting one or two more, but not like the masons, where I may end up getting a decent amount of masons. But enough that I could actually fit them all into here. But like, I may get one or two fishermen, and I could just stack barrels around here. I think this fisherman's stall is going to be like this, and I think I'm going to end up working on that like this, and work on making some small little stalls around town like this for various professions. I kind of want to see if I can make it, because that blends a little too well into it. So, let's see. So I got my... there's... I wonder if I can get that to... There we go. So he'll come over, work over here. He may end up jumping up on top. But, whatever. I'll end up get some dirt or something, but if he drops, he shouldn't get much damage. Let's get some dirt. There we go. A little bit of dirt around there. But that looks good. And I'll end up stacking some barrels around here as I get more fishermen. But I think that should end up being a nice little stall. And I may end up... Actually, I should have some lanterns down here. Let's see, where are my lanterns? There we go. As long as I hang a couple lanterns at both of these setups. No, let's hang it on the other one. There we go. That makes a nice little fish shack. Oops. And there we go. And we have a nice little mason's hut. And I think with that, I think I'm going to wrap that up here on Digitrailz. I'm going to work on small little huts, possibly off camera. I'll bring you guys back when I kind of work on them, or when I kind of finish them up. But I think around here, I may end up tearing down some of these buildings and kind of build some better little huts like this, and I may end up kind of separating that out. But I don't know. I'll figure out the next step. But we'll go from there. But I'm definitely going to plan on bringing these guys in, and I'll definitely do that with you guys around. But you guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.